If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Today we spent $16.50. So we're going to have to expect some good things out of here. I don't want to post a loss. I've done one of those so far in a year. So we're doing pretty good, but we got a Game of Life Twists and Turns, which I've never purchased before, but we're going to give it a go. We have Monopoly Deluxe Edition, which we do occasionally, and then we have a still in the box Thomas the Train set. That's why the price is so high, because that was $10. All right, let's check out the Monopoly first. All right, so Deluxe Edition. A few of these out there. One Deluxe Edition has a gold money bag. One has a gold train. It has a spinner, which is not common, so it's another income stream for this. So we have our movers, we have our money, and we have a spinner. Ooh, this is in good shape. Nice. That's the spinner. And it's a double stack of money. So it looks like somebody did open it. Sometimes they just leave the extra money because it is kind of a lot. But the money looks good. Oddly, I'm starting to stack up money and run out of other stuff, and that's been the opposite problem up until recently. I used to run out of money consistently. Now I have, I don't even know, 15 packs of money, and I can't keep tokens around. It is an ebb and flow. All I'm selling stuff doesn't much matter. I think it'll always go. I think the money is more... I don't think people necessarily use it for Monopoly. I seem to sell more during holidays. So I think that could be that people use it like gags or just like decoration maybe. But that's a good stack of money there. Properties we don't need. This also says the wooden hotels and houses, which is another income stream if I have enough of them. Because those outsell your standard ones. So this is the one with the golden train versus the money bag. Look at this real quick and get it situated. So we got our money. We have our hotels and houses. We have our spinner. Weirdly, this set has both the money bag and the train. So, I don't know what was up with the other ones I bought. It says it's a 12 count. I'm going to list it as a 12 count. We'll see what happens. I'm sitting on lots of the other ones, so might as well do that. So we are at, let's see, 5... Not a bad start. That was $2.50 for that one. So let's check out this Game of Life Twists and Turns. I'd stop buying derivatives of Monopoly, but I didn't say shit about Game of Life, son. So I don't know what this is. It does, however, have an electronic card reader. So they piggybacked off of the Monopoly electronic banking fame, perhaps. And those sell good. Let's hope that this sells just as well. Also, some cars would be nice. Alright, so this one we buy because it has cars and pegs. What in the hell is this? What in the hell is this? You have to assemble the car? And there's no pegs. Weird. Oh no! Well, that is your first sign something is wrong. Fixing that, apparently. We have some cards. I don't know anything about this. I just grabbed it because it was cheap. So I guess we should do our due diligence and actually see if it sells as is. I doubt, but we're gonna check anyways. We get some kind of different cards here. I don't know. We'll unpack it real quick. We have debit cards. We have 4 of them. We have some kind of like arrows that link together. So maybe make a path. But no pegs. That's sad. Scorecards. Word doesn't have the buildings on it. It's version. What is twists and turns? I don't know enough about it, the original game, to know if this is wildly different. It just looks like you could pick different paths, I guess. Someday I'll even play these, but today is not that day. So, why don't we look up Game of Life, twists and turns. $348 seems high, but wow, brand new 63, pre-owned 30, 20, cards, cars. So here's the unit. Somebody's selling for 18. That's what I like to see. Not so much that it exploded, but we're gonna figure that out. All right, so people are selling all this stuff for whatever. 348. Sell through is 100. That is surprisingly good. This sells for a surprisingly high amount of money. I don't want to own it though. I don't want to put it on a shelf. But do I have to? Really, it's down to the card reader. Okay, somebody sold the reader with no cards. And another one. I'm happy selling parts. That's my life. And then the cards separately. That's weird, but okay. The arrows and the cards. Yeah, I like this. These are moving. They're moving at good prices. $20 for the cards and the reader. I guess that means we have to go get the stuff to fix this. But what I did notice is the cards themselves are not moving, so we're not going to be bothered with that. We have the reader, we have the ATM cards, the arrows, and the cards. So arrows and cards will be together, and then the reader and card will be together. Start opening it, and then I'll go get my utensils. This looks bad. This is from 2007. Wow, that is crazy. That is the worst battery blowout I've seen in a long time. I wonder if it's just because it's really cheap batteries. It's the like Amazon brand. This is really bad. Oh no. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So one of them wasn't too bad, but look how much stuff is in there. It's like when it snows really hard and it blows up against your door. Yeah, I'm going to go get some stuff. I'm going to take care of this. All right, so we have our vinegar. We have our flathead screwdriver. We have our Q-tip. We have our toothbrush. So, how you do this is first, your flathead screwdriver. You knock off all of this stuff. Some more solid junk you can get off, the better. You're just going to be really careful not to break this springy bit. Right, that's good. Then we got our toothbrush. We're gonna get as much stuff out as we can. I think I actually only need to do one side. The other battery majestically blew up all over itself, but not all over the spring bit. All right. Then you take your Q-tip, you dip it in the vinegar of your choice, which should be white. I have apple cider because I ran out of white, so it smells weird, but... And you dab it in, and maybe you get a sizzle. If I ever rewatch my own videos, I'd know if you can hear stuff like that. But that's like jerking off to a picture of yourself. I don't watch my own videos. All right. Still sizzling a bit. I think this will clean up pretty good. There's just a solid bit in the back. Bunch of crystals I just dislodged, and they all went in the worst spot possible. So if I had my smaller screwdrivers, it wouldn't be a problem. I took it to work though. I had a job come up that I knew required a small flat screwdriver, and I just don't trust that I didn't leave my work one somewhere. I just brought it just in case. It's still in my tool bag. We'll give this a shot and see if it works. Double A's. Works for me. All right, cool. So that took care of that. All right, so we got that going. So I want to do the module and the cards, and I want to do the cars and the arrows. Just have two lots. So I want to be fairly cheap. The sell-through is shockingly good. So look at cards, look at arrows. So modular or module with cards, look at like 19. Fort sold for 20. Cars and arrows, 10. Just cars and arrows, 11. Cards, 25. So I think we'll do 18 on this bit, and we'll just do 8 on the cars and arrows. Somewhere in there. I kind of wasn't paying attention to what I even said. So that is a good pickup. I know from now on to actually pick these up. I think I saw one once, but it sold before it went on sale. So at that pricing, if this stuff moves, it's actually worth just buying them straight up though. So something to consider. All right, so let's check out this Thomas set. We got a Thomas the Train set, a Tomy one, in the box. never purchase one in a box because they're never available or they price me out on it. So this one was $10, which seemed very reasonable. And I could look into it and I could see that the train and the cars were already in it. So at $10, that basically covers the whole thing. Now, boxes bring this to another level, because if you're a collector, the box gets discarded. The stuff doesn't really go back in it well. So seeing a box is pretty unusual for this. And the Tomy stuff is not as common to find out. Of course, this is here to stick, isn't it? The tamper-proof label, so you can't take the label off and put it on something else. So I actually have to be careful removing stuff because I want to preserve this box. Normally, I don't care, but... So yeah, I've been doing good with Tomy. I grabbed one at that yard sale I did, and I sold it within, I think, a day. For good money. I've picked up other stuff, car wash. That's coming off. No. So if you get to a point where box is coming off, you switch direction. You gotta attack it from the other side. So I just started losing box art. Oh, this is a disaster. I wish they didn't do that, but I can't fault them for putting a price tag on something, but if it was like an older one, I would leave it, because I think it adds to the overall. Yeah, see, I lost like a good sized chunk off of that. There's nothing I could do. I went at it from every angle. Yeah, the labels are easy to get off if something is water resistant, but this really wouldn't be. I could just rub it with a baby wipe, but I would end up ruining the box too. And now we have to tackle the tape. It's not that much tape on it. This side is not taped. Which I think it was, yeah, that's immediately pulling the box apart. Somebody's already opened this and stopped because it was ripping the box. So I'm probably going to try to be smart and do the same thing. And that is original tape. Huh. So we have on the back what's supposed to be here. Oh, this is sun faded. Ugh. You can actually see. Zoom out a bit. You can see this line here. Hold on. There's something on top of the box protecting it. And it goes down, and then it goes this way. So there was something there. I mean, still, it's not a death sentence, I don't think. How old is this? 2002. So we got our whole lineup here of what we need. The box is decent. I shouldn't have thrown out that cup of vinegar in case I have to fix this train, but whatever. All right, we're gonna open it up. All right, it's on this. Okay. You have instructions. That's nice. They're not in great shape, but we got them. All right. That's not the right train. Oh, somebody threw a bonus train in it. Okay. We will take that. Oh, there's several trains in here. Okay. So when I looked, I could see Thomas. And I could see the two that come with it. But there's also this dude, this other train, and hopefully we're not missing important parts because that's in there. All right, so we have the top of the bridge. We have front and the back of the covered bridge. Guys are extra. I'll have to see if they work. All right. We have bar quartz. There's supposed to be a gray ramp, which we missing apart. Yeah, and the pieces are sun faded. Some of them. That's weird. Look at this. And then the other side, it's kind of hard to see, but it's definitely sun faded. Really quite odd. So we are missing parts for the whole set. That sucks. We got extra trains. I don't know. See what we got for tracks. So we have the stop, which works. One of two Ys. Two of two Ys. And there's a different type of Y too. We got both of those. We have 8 curves. 4, 7, 8. Need 2 curves on ramps. Those. A long straight. Got that. So we have all the track parts. I also have 4 more curves. And 2 bridge things. Trestles. Sounds about right. We're missing the 4 trees. We're missing the piece that connects to the track for the house. So not terrible, but not what I was hoping for. All right, let's try to get these trains going. All right. Test them out real quick. They feel kind of light, so it might be the batteries were removed, which would be ideal. How do we get batteries out of this? There's a hatch, maybe? That doesn't look right. They're all a little different. This one isn't original to the train. This is not the right one. This says 1992 on the bottom. No, that's weird. This is 92 and this says 2002. So they must have repurposed this then or something. That's 2000 and then this bit's 2001. Huh. 2004. Open. Okay. That one has a screw that says open. You're going to take out this screw. Yeah, that was a bad idea. That's something. Must be the others. What do I do now? I have a bad habit of taking stuff apart and not actually like photographing it before I try to put it back together. I gotta figure that out before I mess it up. Alright, so we put the bottom back on. This apparently is you just squeeze it and you pull the top off. And there's no battery in here, so that's good. Nobody left this to blow up on us. 1 AA. And we got movement. So we're good to go. This one doesn't make sounds. That makes sense. You don't have to get a screwdriver every time you want to change the battery. I'm assuming these are going to be the same. I've run into the Tomy sets, but never the train. So I've not known this. Alright. We got whoever this is, I forget. He's the villain, such as he is. Got like a weird angle. Right. It seems like it's missing something. Like there's nothing for the other part of the battery to go in. Yeah, it's busted. That piece on the back is gone. Ugh. Do these come off? Do I have to do surgery? And I'm not going to dig into that. I mean, it's just going to be conductive, right? It should work. The battery's propped up. There's glue on this. I think somebody tried to fix it and failed and maybe wrecked it. If we can throw a piece of metal in here and get it to work. I had that thin screwdriver work, and you can do this with a battery because it doesn't hold enough voltage to actually hurt you. Don't do this with like actual electrical implements in your house. You could be killed theoretically if you're soft. I'd like to get this working. Oh, see what happened? I think. This is all corroded. I bet the battery blew up, and when they took it out, they broke it. You gotta be careful with that kind of thing. Yep. I'll figure out if it's worth taking apart something else to replace that. Right, I mean, you could just say, hey, you gotta position the battery really weirdly. Because it's pretty volatile, but it works. We're calling it working. Okay. I feel like this guy is going to be worth good money. I don't know. He's got like the, that thing. Video's running long. I should not have done so much stuff. Alright, and we got the two cabooses. I go to him. This has a screw that says open. That's different. I got rid of the clip part at some point. This is a 2004. This one feels heavy like the batteries in it. No, it is not. And that has the correct little bit. It's noisy, concerningly so, but it works. All right, so we have working trains. We got years. I don't know what the Tomy train market is. I've never had to look. I have a lot of trains. Thomas doesn't sell like it used to. I mean, trains are timeless. They're always going to sell. I don't know if trained purists don't like it necessarily, but why don't we look at, before we look at the set, because we can sell it as a set even if we're missing parts because we have the box and that kind of makes it a thing. We'll look at these trains first. So we got Tomy 2004. And we're going to look at, we got the Sunsets LMS on the side. And this guy's from another year, so he might not pop up. Here we go. Motorized Arthur. So we know Arthur now. Nice. So 27 bucks, 30 bucks, 18, 89 for sale, 15 sold. That's not bad, honestly. And they're selling for $25. I don't have a cart or anything, but yeah, routinely selling for 25 and up. And he has a good, base is in good shape. You can see this one's yellowed. That does happen. So that's a solid pickup. All right. We got 2000 Tomy. This one's cheap. You can actually feel the quality difference as, I don't know what's up with that one. Made in Thailand. Made in Thailand. Thailand, okay. All different years. This one feels like not good. I don't know. All right, so let's see. 2000. Not Arthur. And that's him, the Diesel. Okay. Oh, whoops. There we go. Left it unsold. Okay. 191 diesels, but this is not, I don't think this is diesel. I think this is a mess up. All right, hold on. So if you're not sure, the box is correct. And okay, it is diesel. They just changed what he looks like over time. But diesel 10. That's what the box says, so we're going to go with diesel 10. We'll remove the year, maybe see if we can get better results. Okay. 334 listings. And it looks identical later on, so I don't know if the year matters, but anyways, 334. 106, that's good. We don't have any of the cars. So we just got one that got shipped elsewhere. Got 15. A lot of these are selling cars. I don't know why that's so much, but 25, yeah, wild. 27. All right, let's go and look at, I didn't look at the pricing so much on these. 20. 17, that's a newer one. So diesel 10. That guy's 19. We'll do 16. Excellent pickup. Alright, let's try to dig into the actual set and see what we can do. first punched in Thomas Tomey 2004, we got sets. So this is the set I sold the other day for good money from the yard sale. So we'll see if this set pops up. And it has kind of a weird name, so I think it's going to be hard to find. So I think it's called like Fun Playset, which is not helpful with search engines because people put fun into titles all the time. Sodor Expansion. And then we just got Track. Track's always a good seller, especially around the holidays. All right. So this is, I believe, the right one. No, different tunnel. Different tunnel, different building. Yeah, we might have to punch the name in. Oh well. Alright, so it is called Thomas Railway Fun Set. So none of those words really help with a search engine, is the problem. Fun Set. 365. Okay, it did pop up, I guess. That's not the correct one. That is the correct one. So, like we talk about, $60, 12 watchers. They got the box. They got the trees. Theirs is complete. Ours is not. But ours isn't egregiously off. So, with box, we got... That's got to be complete. I don't know what the difference is. They're all kind of blending together, unfortunately, but it's out there. Big set versus fun set. That's just the station itself. Timber yard. They had quite a few. Okay. That's the other set I keep confusing with the one we got. Alright, why don't we just look at... What did we sell? Oh, Schleich. Okay. Sold listings on this. So 0 sold, but then we are immediately into this. So new in box. That's odd. So 60 for new in box. We ain't got that. Thomas Railway Fun Set 200. Wow. So here's one fun set complete with box. 59. No tunnel. Okay. So that's a flawed set. They're missing the tunnel, which is, I would say, more important than the trees. And they got 60 out of it. Used with box. It's funny I said the box would be hard to find and every single set has the box. But whatever. I do have extra track too. I think $60. I think we'll do 40 in shipping. Now, I'm actually not going to make that much money off it because I spent $10 on it. However, the trains were a fantastic addition, obviously. So, yeah, we had a good day. Even though I spent more than usual, damn near $100. I will take that. If I could do this every day of my life, I still could not quit my job. So don't become professional resellers because that's just a bad idea. Team employment. Anyways, if you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.